To create a developer edition, the URL is developer.force.com. Developer.force.com. All you need to click on sign up. Developer. Company name, we can give whatever we wanted, but referring to present India 560037. And the only concern is username you need to define as a email format. It should not be a valid email, but it should looks like an email. Okay, so BA underscore 50 at presim.com. So the username for us is BA underscore 50 at presim.com. So you will be having a confirmation email in your inbox. I mean the email whatever you provided. So once you confirm, our account is ready. Okay. So for now, we'll discuss Classic first, then we'll jump to the Lightning. The understanding, you'll get a good understanding if we discuss the Classic first. Switch to Salesforce Classic. So how to switch to Salesforce Classic? All you need to click on your avatar, and then you need to choose Switch to Salesforce Classic. Once you are here, now we need to understand a basic terminology here. The one you are seeing in the top left corner, this is called application logo. What is this? Application logo. And this is a section for a app selection menu. The right side top is nothing but a app selection menu. These are the sales, service, content, marketing, community, and all these are applications provided by a Salesforce for you. All these are applications provided by Salesforce, which is a standard applications. And this is called tab menu. Let's say if I'm switching my application, you can switch an application from an application menu. You can see home, charter, campaigns, leads, accounts, all these are tabs. What is this? Tabs. And this place and this menu is called tab menu. This is an application logo, application menu, and then charter, campaigns, leads, and all these are tabs. And the menu is called tab menu. And the menu is called tab menu. Clear? Hemant, what is this? What are these? Campaigns, leads, account, and all this?
Menu.
Sorry?
Those are tabs. Tabs in the menu. Tabs menu. Yeah.
Okay. So there are the tabs which is available whenever you switch an application in the tab menu, and there are some of the tabs which is available in all tabs section. There is this is not a plus. This is an all tabs. Inside all tabs, you have other tabs which is not visible directly, which is not in the tab menu, but which are available to access. So the tabs which is available in tab menu are called default on tabs. The tabs which are available in tab menu are called default on tabs. The tabs which are available under all tabs are called default off tabs. Default on tabs and default off tabs. Sorry. These are called default on tabs and these are called default off tabs. Right? So what is this section? What is this called?
That's a logo.
Which logo?
Application logo. Application logo.
Each and every application have its own logo. So it's not really needed that you should have only one logo. You can define your own logos based on the applications what you are defining. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's say if I want to customize my tabs, customize in the sense I don't want to see my account here, I wanted to access next to my home. Then I can able to customize my tabs under all tabs. Under all tabs, I can able to customize my tabs, and I can adjust whatever I wanted. If I think that I don't need campaigns now, I can remove it. I can change the places. Whether it will gonna impact for all users or only to me. The changes whatever I made now from my side, whether it will gonna impact to any users across all users in my environment or only particularly to me. The changes whatever you are doing from here, it only affects to you, not for everyone. Here the name itself is saying customize my tabs. It just customize your tab, not everyone. So however you wanted to use, you can customize. But for them, whatever the configuration is provided by developers or the requirements, it will going to impact. If they wanted, they can able to modify. If we allow, if we don't allow, then it will not. Let's say now whenever switching from sales service, what is happening? I mean, what is the difference you are finding here? If I'm switching from sales to services, what differences you are observing?
The tab menu is getting changed.
Tab menu. So the application will only, let's say I'm creating a new account. Let's say batch details is my new account. In which application I'm creating this batch details? Inside service, right?
Service. Yeah.
Now, if I go to sales and tell me if I open my accounts, do I able to access my batch details account?
I think no.
Okay. Now it's interesting. You can able to access. Okay. So here in Salesforce, data will not. This is called record, right? Batch detail is a record, right?
Yes.
Batch details is a record. So applications will not gonna control your record level security. There is no security provided through applications. So wherever you create, if the data exists in that table, you can able to access in every application if you have access to that particular record. Right? So what application control? Application controls only three things. Application control only three things. One is the logo of an application. The one is logo of an application. And the second one is the name of an application and the order of default on tabs. Application will control only three things. One is logo of an application, name of an application, and the order of default on tabs. Order of default on tabs. So if the data will not be secured through wherever you create the record within the environment, you can able to access that record until unless you have a secure, record access security. Clear?
Yes, Deepak.
Yeah. Sharanya?
Yes, I'm clear.
What are the 3 points? What are the 3 things that control through application?
Tabs, application logo.
Application logo, then?
Tabs.
It's not tab. You need to mention clearly default on tabs.
Default on tabs. Okay.
Default on tabs only. Not every. Again, on click of place, you have every tab available for all applications. But it will only control default on tabs. And the next one is the name of an application. Now it is sales and we have a service, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So clear, these are the 3 differences. And we have 2 different types of applications in Salesforce. What are the 2 different types of applications? Generally, we'll say whatever the applications is provided. These applications are provided by Salesforce or I created?
Salesforce.
Salesforce. If something you are getting from a Salesforce, then we'll say that standard functionality. If it is application, because it is a standard, we'll say that standard application. If I think that I wanted to create my own application, then I'll create a custom application for myself. Custom application. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let me ask you the silly question. So, or we are working. So, when you are working with a computer, you open so many tabs, like so many links, and now you need to get pause your work, and you need to go somewhere, and you need to come back. So, what you will do with your computer? You will leave the computer as it is, thinking that you need to carry that computer with you. I mean, laptop with you. What you will do? అర్థమైందండి. సో మీ కంప్యూటర్లో చాలా లింక్స్ ఓపెన్ చేశారు, మళ్ళీ ఓపెన్ చేయలేరు అని తెలుసు. సో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? ఆ ల్యాప్ని మీతో పాటు క్యారీ చేయాలి వేరే ప్లేస్కి. సో అప్పుడు మీ కంప్యూటర్ని షట్ డౌన్ చేస్తారా, చేయరా? హలో,
ఎస్ దీపక్, షట్ డౌన్ చేయము నార్మల్గా. అంటే బుక్ మార్క్ చేస్తే షట్ డౌన్ చేయొచ్చు, కానీ డేటా స్టోర్ అవ్వకపోతే మాత్రం షట్ డౌన్ చేయకుండా తీసుకెళ్ళాలి.
షట్ డౌన్ క్లోజ్ చేయాలి కదా సిస్టమ్ ఖచ్చితంగా.
ఎస్, డేటా క్లోజ్ చేస్తే డేటా ఉండదు కదా, సో we should store data somewhere.
Okay. So there are two options. Either you can keep your computer in a sleep mode, or you can do a hibernate.
Okay.
Right? So why we don't want to reopen all those things? It's a time waste for me. Whenever I get back to my system, I don't want to work to open those links again and again. I need to be focused on my productivity than reopening the things again, right? So why I'm talking, there is a concept in Salesforce. When I'm working for a service ticket, let's assume that there is a person who is working for a service tickets, right? He will be opening so many details for the same ticket, right? There is a user, let's say Batch Details is one of the company. They had an opportunity, they had a quotations and everything. One of the service person is interviewing what type of opportunity went wrong. We need to, so you might open 20 to 30 records related to that batch details, right? Might be his shift got completed, he need to leave to home. That's for sure, right? In the support people, they will come on time and they will leave on time, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Now what happened if I'm a support person, I'm working on this record, but my clock triggered 6 o'clock, then I left. If tomorrow if I come back after doing my system shutdown, what happened? Do I need to open all the records? Yes, I need to open all the records. Let's say I have different tabs. If I shut down my machine, what happened? My session will be closed. If I reopen, again I need to start opening. So I'm actually wasting my time again and again to do the same rework, right? So Salesforce offers two types of applications. One is a custom application with a multi-tab application. The other one is a console application, which is a single window application. All your session will be handled. Let's say I'll be having an application. If I open account record, let's say if I open account record, otherwise all accounts, Brington Textiles. If I open this account, it open here. I have a contact. If I open contact, it will open in a new tab. If I close my browser, the two tabs will be closed. Again, I need to reopen all these two, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Now, what happens? Even if I logged out, then I need to open again and again. Now, Salesforce offers two types of application. Even if you logged out, your session will be maintained at a Salesforce server. Whenever you get back to the system and if you re-log in, you will be having all the records will be opened. Might be you are working in this mission or you are working from other mission, but your session will be stored at a Salesforce server. It will be sent back with all the records, whatever you were working in the last transaction. Those applications are called console applications. There are two types of applications we have: custom applications and console application. We have two types of applications called custom applications and console applications. Let's say I'm going to set up, if you want to create or if you want to configure anything in the Salesforce, you need to go to setup. Only place that you can able to do your automation, business automation, through setup. Whatever you want, you can search for that application. Now I'm seeing an administration. So I wanted to build something and then I need to create what I need to create application. I went to the setup. I wanted to build. So I went to build section and then I wanted to create what I need to create, applications I need to create. Click on application. Whenever I click on new, you can see two options: custom app and console app. Custom app and console app.
Console.
Now we'll see the two difference between the custom app and console app. Now I'm getting next. Let's say skills is my application, is a custom application. So insert logo is actually okay, tell me, if I click a insert, what happens? Generally in the other places, whenever you click a insert, it will go back to your my computer and it will look for an image, right?
Yes, Deepak. Yeah.
But in this case, because you are in a cloud server, whenever you click a insert image, it will go and look into the documents of cloud server. It will go and look into the documents of cloud server, not your local computer. If you want to do the thing, first you need to go to all tabs. Here you have an option called documents. You need to create a new document by uploading your image, or you can pass your relative URL and then save. Once you save, then if you click an insert image, it will open up the document and you can select. Now the only problem we have is that the image should be 20 KB and it should be having 300 into 55 pixels. So I don't have that dimensions. It will only accept these dimensions. I mean specified images. I don't have that image in my system now. So I'm continuing without uploading my logo. Okay. Clear? So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Deepak.
Account. I'm choosing two applications: accounts, contacts, opportunities. Accounts, contacts, opportunity. If you observe or not observe, whenever I'm switching my applications, where is the selection happening? Every time it is selecting home only, right? Whenever I'm switching my application, it is selecting home tab, right?
Yes, Deepak. Yeah.
So
Yes.
that is called default landing tab of an application. We can specify if my skills is been selected by any user, you can say default on tab is account. So instead of opening a home, it will open accounts now. Okay. So then next, and whenever you are seeing a profile, for time being, let's make it as a visible for everyone, and I'm making it as a default for everyone. Profile level security will talk little later. Okay. Now my application is ready. You can see skills. Now the default landing tab is account, right? Whenever I'm switching, it is selected account directly, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Deepak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is a custom applications. Now we'll talk about a console application. Let me go to the apps. I can search for an apps, create an app, new, console. See, another important factor is that, and this is very important for an interview, to create a console application in a users. If we type users, go to your users page. This is my user, right? BASFDC, right? BASFDC is a user that we are using now, right? So the user should have a license called Salesforce Cloud User, Service Cloud User. User should have a license called Service Cloud User. Let's say I'm unchecking it. I'll uncheck my license. Now let's go back and refresh. Cancel. If I click a new, you don't get a two options like custom and console application. It just directly goes to a new custom app. Why? Because the user, if you want to create a console applications, create a console application, you should have a which license? You should have Service Cloud User. So all you need to get that information from company information. Company information is the place where you will be seeing. User license is Salesforce, right? Let's say what is my user license? Salesforce, right?
Okay.
And what is Service Cloud User? Let's say Service Cloud User is a future license. Service Cloud User is a future license. This is not a normal license. This is a future license. Let's say here if I'm paying 200 USD for a Salesforce user, if I'm using a future user, Service Cloud User, then I need to pay like a $50 extra, like a add-on benefits. So whenever you are working with a Service Cloud user, because it also includes a cost, we need to understand who is our targeted user. Targeted in the sense, who will be the actual user for a Service Cloud. Instead of enabling for all, we should be particularly known to which user we need to enable. Okay? Right? If it
Yes,
is a free of cost,
yeah.
if it is a free of cost, there is no problem. But the problem is that if you enable this, it means that the company need to pay extra to a Salesforce licensing, which is not ideally good. Right? We need to know to which users we need to enable. Let's say because I am not getting this option, as now I'm not a Service Cloud user. Now I'm enabling myself as a Service Cloud user. Okay? Service Cloud user. I'm going back, click cancel, and try to create a new. Now it will ask. You can only get a console application option whenever you have a user license called Service Cloud User. What is that license called? Service Cloud User. And then next, app label, I'm saying that skills console. Now insert image, same concept again. It will need to go back to the document and you need to select. Now I'm selecting my accounts. Now I'm selecting my accounts, contacts, and I'll select my opportunities too. Opportunities, and then next. Now it is asking you choose a subtab. Subtabs in the sense I'll tell you what is a primary tab. Primary tab is a parent. I mean whatever you open, right, at the top row what it will be open. If I open accounts, this is my main tab, primary tab. If I say subtab, if I wanted to open Bringtang Textiles, I open. It will open here. If I open contact, it will open under account name. It will open under account name. That is a subtab. Let's say I'm making as a contact is a subtab of an account, and this is a subtab for a account. So I'm making two subtabs. Next, as I said, make it as a visible if it comes for a profile. Save. Now I'm switching my application to Skills Console. Now it will be like interesting. If I open my Bringtang Textiles, this is a primary tab. It opens within the same page, right? It didn't went to the new tab. It opens within the same page. Yes or no? If I open my contacts, where it open? It will open under account only. This is called subtab. The primary tab is this and subtab is this. Let's say I'm going, if I'm opening my opportunities, it will open my opportunity. And I'll open, let's say, I have a stage history, cases. So now what happened? My shift has been completed. Now I'm doing my logout. I logged out from my system. Now, might be I logged in from same mission or different mission, it doesn't matter. Now if I go back, if I log in, if I log in again, now back to skill consoles, back to skills console. You can see all records are open.
Yeah, yes, Deepak.
Yeah. This is how that whenever you are using console application, it would be more productive for a service people. They can focus on the real solution instead of just finding it resources to understand, right? Instead of opening the same, might be I open 4 records here, but for them might be a different, like documents. They have like entitlements, contract documents. They will might be open so many records. It's not one. They will not end up. If they wanted to start opening, it will take more time. How much their time they took now, right? To get the productivity more about these people, let's say I'm switching my application. Let's say if I click here, if I go back to my services, sales. Now tell me, if I switch back to my Salesforce skills console, do you think that records will be opened or closed? If I switch back to my skills console, do you think the records will be open or the records will be closed? Still the records will be open. Until unless if you don't close these records, right, these records will still open. It will continue to be open. Clear?
Yes, Deepak. Yeah.
Yeah. Sharanya?
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. What small doubt?
Uh-huh.
Console application మనం క్రియేట్ చేసాం.
Okay.
సర్వీస్ క్లౌడ్ లైసెన్స్ అని చెప్పారు కదా, అది కొంచెం మళ్ళీ
కన్సోల్ అప్లికేషన్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలన్నా, కన్సోల్ అప్లికేషన్ యాక్సెస్ చేయాలన్నా, you should have a service cloud user under your user detail page. So which user we logged in? We logged in with a SFDC BA. So to check it out, we have a cloud user or not, we need to go to setup and then search for an user. Search for an users in the quick find box. Go to your user and open the user on which user to which user you wanted to enable. And then you can see in a user detail page, you can see an option called Service Cloud User. You can see an option called Service Cloud User. If you enable this checkbox, then only you can able to access your Service Console applications. Why? Because Service Cloud User is a future license, which will be an add-on for the existing license. Let's say for user license, we need to pay a cost to a Salesforce every month or like a quarterly, however the company opted for a billing. Once the user license is 250 USD is the minimum pay, 250 USD. If you are enabling the particular user is also a Service Cloud user, you need to pay plus 50 or plus 20. It based upon their agreement again. You need to pay extra, which you are paying normally. Let's as simple as that. Having a prepaid mobile and enabling a caller tune. Every month you need to pay 15 rupees for a caller tune, right?
Okay.
Same concept. Whenever you have the basic, you can recharge your main balance and later you can enable this license if you need it. It's a demand. If you have a demand, you can enable. If you don't have a demand, you don't want to. Because I am a developer, if I want to develop any console application, the developer also should have an application called Service Cloud User. Once that is enabled, everything is done, I'll disable myself so that I'll not want to build. The time I'm working, I'll enable. If I'm done with my working, I can disable that Service Cloud User directly. Okay. Any other questions on the application side? Hemant?
Deepak, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Suppose if we are switching the application from the drop down, so as you told, like the batch details will be displayed across the other applications too.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose so batch details is created under account tab. Suppose if there is an application which doesn't have the accounts tab enabled for it, will the batch details displayed over there?
Okay. Application will control which type. Again, we are going to those 3 points. Application controls what?
It's application logo,
okay,
and application name and on tabs. Application on tabs.
On tabs, right? So if the application, let's say I have an account access to my sales, and I didn't enable this account tab for a skills. Let's assume, but might be this account is available under all tabs.
Yes.
Then if you have access to account, either direct or indirect, you have access to batch details, right?
Yeah. And I have a doubt, like, is that all tabs is common for every application? Like,
see,
group of all tabs.
All tabs is not for applications. All tabs is for organization. Let's say I am a user who having an access for this tab under my profile. Let's say here you have a profile concept. Whenever you go to any users, if you go to users, you can see a profile, right?
Yes.
Every user should have only one profile. If we can go here, default on. If the tab setting is default on or a default off, then this user will get an access. Let's say edit, except the tab is default tab hidden. If the tab is tab hidden, then only you don't get an access. Let's say I'm making account is a tab hidden. Now I don't get this all tabs everywhere. It will not work for a profile. It will not work for an application. It works for a profile level security data. Metadata security provided in the organization. Now I will not able to access because I don't have access to an account tab, so I will not able to access my account.
Got it. Yeah.
But still, I can able to access my account by keeping 001 in the URL. So what we do, we don't provide access to an object, but these are the codes. If I want to open my account, this is 001. If I want to open my user, 005. These are the codes for each and every tab we have. For contact, it is 003. For opportunity, is 006. If you use these codes, you can able to open your tabs again. Why I can able to? Why?
Is it a bug? Is it a bug or like?
No. This is expected. This is what we wanted. When you are doing a development, right? This is actually makes so much to do. It makes you to develop a good programming. This is not a bug. So why you are getting that access? Because you have an account standard object permission. You have an object permission here. Read, create, edit, delete.
Okay, got it.
Right? This is not a bug. This is like expected behavior of a Salesforce. Now I'm making as a tab on. I addressed your question, right? You got clear? Any confusions on this?
But I have a doubt, like if the end user, like suppose in a project, if someone is not intended to open accounts, if that particular user has, if
we don't provide object access.
Modify the account.
We don't provide an object access for them. If the user is not authorized to access account, then we don't provide object access only.
Okay, then in both the you have to remove the object access as well as the account access.
No, if you remove object access, by default, if there is no object access, the tab will be default off. Tab hidden automatically.
Okay, got it.
First you should have a object permission and then the tab visibility. If you don't have a base permission of object security, then tab also will not display.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Sharanya?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now I have a question. So, can I able to remove my home tab in my custom application? I really don't want to see a home, but can I able to remove home in my custom applications?
Don't remove.
Sorry?
Not remove.
Okay. So in a custom application, you can't remove your home tab, but in console application, yes, you can remove your home tab. Clear? In a console application, you can see whenever I'm creating my console application, I didn't selected a home tab here, right?
Yes.
In a console application, you can remove home tab, but in custom applications, you are not allowed to. System will not allow you to remove home tab. And this is also an interview question. People will ask always that I want to remove my home tab in my custom applications, which is not possible. And the next one, if you are a user, need to create a console application, then you need to use Service Cloud User. Where it need to be enabled? It need to be enabled under your user object.